Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading for the week of February 27 through March 4, 2024. This is a reading if you're a Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, or have some other significant Gemini placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. I'm glad you checked in to watch this video, and if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. I hope everybody has a good reading and that whatever I tell you this week is actually enlightening and helpful in situations that you have going on. What I do is a full horoscope spread, so I'm covering all aspects. This is not a reading that's just about love or just about career or family or whatever. It's going to cover the whole gamut of situations. But therefore, because it is a general reading, I'm going to read every possible meaning of the house. So there's going to be some things that apply to you and some things that don't. So just take what makes sense and leave the rest. Because this is not, obviously, again, as I say, not an individual reading, it's a collective one. I do have links in the description below to my my PayPal donation link. I have my loan to my website for spiritual coaching, readings, astrology, and everything else that I do, and also a link to my social media as well. So if any of those interest you, you can check those out. Okay, so let me get started with this reading. The first house on this reading has to do with Aries energy. So this is you, your personality, how you present yourself to the world. And this week we have Osiris with the Knight of Swords. Okay. Well, Knight of Swords can indicate this is okay. Swords swords are definitely your element, okay, because you are an air sign. But this is a Knight of Swords is there's a kind of a rashness to the Knight of Swords, or there's a critical nature. The Knight of Swords is someone who often comes rushing in to do something without really giving it a whole lot of thought or without really thinking about it. There may be just a reaction to something. It could be an anxiety reaction. It could be an emotional reaction. But there seems to be this sense of, A has happened and I have to do B immediately. So you may be kind of in this space where you are feeling like you're ready to move on something, and you may be very anxious to get moving on something. However, when the Knight of Swords comes up, usually the message is that you need to take a step back rather than charge forward. Think before you act is really what we could say the summary is on that card. Now, we also have it with Osiris. So Osiris is a very good card. It's a very solid card of good judgment. So I feel like you are, I think if we're seeing this card of judgment with the Knight of Swords, then I think what it is that you maybe you're feeling like something is unstable and that you have to act quickly on something, or that maybe, I don't know, maybe you have had some self-doubt about whether or not you are doing the right thing or moving in the right direction. But Osiris would be saying, yes, you are doing the right thing. You are moving in the right direction. You can trust your own judgment. Okay. So, and again, you're coming from a very stable, solid, grounded place. I just think there may be some things, and maybe that's actually boosted your confidence, feeling like, okay, I'm ready to charge ahead with this. But Knight of Swords would be telling you that you need to wait and think something through before acting. Make sure you've considered everything, and you have the ability to do that. I mean, Osiris is a very good card, so it does indicate that you're not you're not engaging any kind of self-deception or illusory kind of thinking. So yeah, so I don't know. So definitely there's a sense here that you are in a good spot. You are solid. You are coming from a place of good judgment, but just don't jump the gun on anything. Excuse me. This is a weirdly high allergy time for me. Probably because spring is coming. If you need a sign of spring, just listen to my. So, second house, we have Taurus energy. So this is about your finances, your values, your possessions, things like that. Strong Venus energy associated with this. Okay, and we have Horus with the Emperor. Yes, it is the Emperor. And okay, so there's a couple of possibilities here. Horus is definitely, for one thing, if there has been money difficulties, okay? Horus can be a card of finding a way through. It's like almost like the hero who has reached the end of the struggle and is now triumphant. You know, it's Leo energy associated with Horus. And I think in the financial house, this could be that you have been, you know, working or struggling with something, and perhaps now you are being able to see, you know, the victory or seeing the fruits of that. This card can also have to do with family. So there could be a situation where there is money to be received from family or a family situation. So it's possible, or maybe you're giving money to somebody in the family. That is another possibility with this house. Now, with the Emperor is strong Aries energy. And yeah, so we've got fire, double fire, Aries and Leo. And I think the Emperor has to do with you taking control of your situation, taking control of your finances. The Emperor is somebody who's a leader and in charge. And again, it definitely has the same energy that we're seeing here in the first house. Because this, even though I think in Cartouche they consider this to be more Sagittarius, but I also think of this as Aries. So this is definitely strong Emperor energy. This is somebody who's a leader, like the father figure kind of thing, which is exactly what the Emperor is. So it seems to me that you are in a position where you are trying to take control of things. You are looking to solve a problem, and you are taking, you know, you are displaying leadership and taking action in something that it is that you need to do. Alternately, this could be, maybe for some of you, this is a father figure. You know, this is a family connection here, and maybe for some of you, it is your, you know, you have somebody who is a father figure who is helping. Could be your actual father. For some people, again, this is. Take it as if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I feel like here you are, yeah, there's definitely the sense of somebody taking control, taking charge, the sense of leadership in something. But again, if I look back at that Knight of Swords in the first house, then I think it's a case of you may be feeling very strong and confident and motivated to do something. Again, there's just the idea of make sure you thought everything through before you act. Okay, third house is Gemini energy. Gemini has to do with it's your own energy, so it's communications, it's Mercury energy. Communications, short trips or short distance travel can have to do with self-effort. So if you're in your own business, it will be connected to that. It can be connected to sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships, if that applies to you. And what we have here is the Crook and Flail with the Page of Cups. Now, Crook and Flail, again, it's really interesting. We've got 3 in a row. This idea, this can be a very strong legal card, but again, this is a card of leadership. It's a card of being recognized, being seen, being an authority, taking charge of something, being confident about where you're going, having the self-discipline to do something, okay? It can also indicate maybe communications or messages coming from somebody who is such an authority figure or a mentor or just somebody with very, very high visibility. Crook and Flail energy takes us up a level, okay? So it's about, you know, work promotions. Of course, this is self-employment, so I don't know. It may be that you're doing something to take a business venture to the next level, for instance. That could be the case. Or since it's the house of siblings, maybe it is a brother or sister who is experiencing this. But there's definitely a strong energy of either you communicating with somebody who's an authority or you being the person to take charge. And honestly, from what I'm seeing in the first 2 houses, I feel like this is more about you. Like I feel like you're very confidently moving ahead with stuff. Now we have this with the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups brings messages. Sometimes it brings apologies from people because it is a card that seems to be connected with that. But it can also just bring messages of new love for some people, okay? Because, you know, Page of Cups is often associated with new romance. So if that's something that applies, or you're talking with somebody where you're trying to get something started here, or it may be reminding you that if you're in communications with somebody, that maybe you're in a situation that's still at the beginning, okay? So if you've been communicating with somebody for a while, let's say, and you are romantically interested in that person and you don't feel like you're making a whole lot of progress, then this card would be saying, well, yeah, it's still technically something in its infancy. So you've planted the seeds, but you might not be there yet. Now, if love is not on the table, if apologies are not on the table, Page of Cups then would just have to do something connected to the emotions or something emotionally satisfying. So either way, the Page of Cups does bring good news, and there does seem to be good news, and this may be good news connected to something that has to do with this step up, whether it's coming from a person like this or whether this is you. But it seems like there's a something where you can feel like you can move forward with confidence on something. So let's look at the fourth house. This is Cancer energy, and Cancer has to do with the home, the family, your sense of security, what you are, your mother potentially. This is the house of the mother, and I feel like it has a lot to do with either the physical home, your own sense of feeling like you're secure in whatever situation, financially and otherwise. Okay, and I also feel like it, again, there's a strong family component here as well. So we've got Pyramid with the Ace of Wands. Okay, Pyramid indicates a test situation. So if whether this is connected to a home or a family situation, maybe there are challenges within your home that you're facing, and something that you feel like you need to solve. This could also be a family drama or family situation where you are being challenged in some way, and Pyramid is saying, this is something that is going to be solved with time. And seeing all these cards, this missive may also connect in, because when I'm seeing the Knight of Swords and Osiris in the first house, what this could be saying is that certainly, okay, number one, that you have the good judgment to follow through on some kind of a situation, again, connected to home or family, or specifically the mother. But it also may be saying that maybe the test here is not to act rashly, okay, not to indulge this Knight of Swords energy that may want to say something rash or blow up in somebody's face or do something. There's this definite energy of wanting to think like you're being confronted with a situation where you want to think about what you're doing. So that might be what the connection is here. This seems to be there's a lot of connection here, maybe with home, family, and security for at least some of you on this. Now we have it with the Ace of Wands, which indicates a new beginning, and it's a very fiery new beginning, okay? So for some of you, maybe this is a new home or a new situation. It can also just mean being inspired to make a change. I mean, the Ace energy, fire energy, wand energy is really about motivation. I mean, when we see the Ace of Swords, it's more about new thought. This is more about new action. So there's something new that you're doing here, either in connection with your home or in dealing with a particular family situation. And I feel like this new situation is coming out of whatever this test situation is right here. So yeah, take it as it resonates for you. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy. And Leo is about creativity. It's about children, if you have any children. It's about love affairs, if that's something that's on the table for you. And it can also be about recreation, things that you do for fun. And we have Scarab with the Ten of Cups, so this is very nice. Ten of Cups, again, has a strong family vibe to it, but it is definitely a card of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, wishes granted. And again, this Scarab, and I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands next to it, there's definitely the sense of a new beginning or a new start. So let's think about the house that it's in. So let's just say if this has to do with a love affair, okay, perhaps there's going to be a new love in the granting of your wishes. Maybe you've been wanting to date somebody, and yeah, maybe it's going to happen for you, okay? Or if you've just gotten out of a relationship, maybe it's saying, hey, no worries, a great new one is around the corner. And this person might be a wish fulfillment for you. It might be the person you've been looking for. Maybe the kind of person who you can have this kind of family situation or vibe. Because the Nine of Cups is more about gaining a wish. This is more of an individual satisfaction. There's more of a community sense to the Ten of Cups. So this, again, a lot of times this is applied to family, just like the Ten of Pentacles, but it can also just be you and your tribe and your community being visible, being seen. Certainly in the house of Leo, this would definitely have to do with that kind of visibility, but there's definitely a new start. Now, again, it's the house of children, so maybe for some of you, this is going to apply to a child in your family, maybe making some kind of a new start. And an adult child maybe who's being recognized for something, or starting a new relationship or something like that. Or it could be having to do with a creative project. Maybe you're starting something new, beginning some kind of a new venture that is like a wish granted, like something you really wanted to do, and probably in collaboration with others. So yeah, again, it's going to depend on your situation, how this applies. Let's get to the sixth house. This is Virgo energy. And Virgo is about your health. It's about work in terms of service. So this could be a job that you do for somebody else, like an employer, if you're not self-employed, or sometimes you're both, right? You're self-employed and employed for somebody else. But this would have to do with jobs, any kind of service, including volunteer work. And also, this is a house of worry and anxiety. Okay, so if there's been any worry or anxiety, that would be connected to this house as well. Okay, so we've got the twins with the Three of Cups. Big social energy here. And this is what I said here about the Ten of Cups being about community. So is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about, it can indicate collaborations, third parties. But as you can see, all the people on this card are dancing. They're having a great time. So this may be the celebration. Maybe there is going to be some kind of a worry or something that is overcome. Maybe you're celebrating a new job or something like that, or a success with something in a job, a worry that may be overcome, or a health situation that's been overcome. All of that's good news. This is definitely a card of abundance. So if you have had financial worries, and it's interesting because it's card 3, and when I go back and look at your financial sector here, and I look at the Horus card, you also have card 3. So the number 3 might be important here, and it kind of jumped out at me. So you can, and the 3 could be what? 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, something having to do with the number 3, maybe something that's going to happen next month in the month of March, where this reading is going to be going into March. So possibly, but again, not necessarily. So if you can always make note of the number and see if it ends up having a meaning for you in this context. But we have the twins here as well. So the twins, again, collaboration, partnership. I feel like there's something that's going on here, either connected to your work. I mean, it could have to do with a health situation too. Maybe somebody's picking up a personal trainer or working with a physical therapist or something like that. I mean, that's a possibility with the twins in the 6th house. But it strikes me more as some kind of it could be a worry about another person, okay? Or it could be a work venture in which you are partnered with somebody, or there's some kind of work relationship that's at issue here. It may also be telling you that there's something, whatever it is you may be trying to solve in this house, whether it has to do with health, whether it has to do with job, or whether it has to do with something you've been concerned about. It does seem like there's going to be another party, and perhaps even a third party involved, and that this is what's going to bring you to where you need to go. And for some of you, this may have to do with projects you're working on, or something that you're working toward that's of great interest to you creatively. And when I say creatively, by the way, in this house, that covers a lot of territory. It's not just somebody, say, who paints or draws or makes music. I mean, all those things are possible, but there's all kinds of creative things. It can be somebody who makes crafts. It can be somebody who's a writer. It can be something else that you do that's special and creative to you, and and it can that can still be an exciting new project. There's not a limit on what that means there. So definitely there seems like this strong element of partnership here, or working with others to achieve something, or to overcome something. Okay, 7th house is Libra energy. Libra is about your partnerships, more serious partnerships. So when we're talking about marriage, we're talking about business contracts and relationships and things like that. You may be talking about any kind of thing that involves a legal arrangement of some kind. Those of you who are looking for love, okay, the 5th house has more to do with a love affair. Okay, so somebody who you might be dating, or maybe you're just interested in and want to know whether there's going to be some kind of a romantic relationship. This is more about legal, that higher level of commitment, the legalized partnership. So if you are single, this could be talking about a future or prospective partner who will be the quote unquote the right one for you, if you believe in such things. And it also, excuse me, can be about, it can be also about your prospects for somebody who you are interested in, but interested in whether or not what the long-term prospects may be with somebody, or if you're going to meet somebody. Okay, so anyway, we've got air with the sun. Now, air has, again, there's the air signs are Gemini, so your own sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So you could be talking about somebody who's one of those signs. Now, the thing is with air, this is a bit more of a detached energy. Anything connected to air with love, if you're asking about love or long-term love, air would be something that's friendly but more detached. Okay, so it's more of it's more like somebody who who could be like a good friend, but maybe is not necessarily ready for some other kind of commitment. Now, the other possibility here is, again, you are dealing with an air sign or perhaps a Leo, because the sun is Leo energy. The sun does bring happiness, though. And to me, those people who are actually looking for a long-term situation, this is actually a very good omen for that. It could be that somebody who is just friendly right now, or maybe, again, maybe somebody who's an air sign or has strong air in their chart, or maybe just somebody who's very intellectual, okay, may end up becoming, you may have this happiness here with somebody. Certainly, if not that, then certainly the sun can bring, well, it brings happiness, but it also brings clarity, like being able to see a situation clearly. And with the 10 of Cups down here, I do feel like, there is somebody, I mean, you've got Scarab here and you've got air here. So it could be that if you have had a stagnant relationship situation, that things are about to move and change. Okay, now if you're already married, already in a partnership, or saying, no, this would have more to do with business and not to do with the other, I feel like in a marriage situation, this definitely indicates communications that are going on that will clear up a matter, that will allow you, so, and with a happy result. So if there have been some disagreements or misunderstandings with a spouse, then I feel like this is a very good sign that talking things out is going to yield a very happy result. Same with business partnerships. If there's some situation, people may need to sit down, have a meeting, regroup, talk things out in a friendly manner, not getting too attached to emotions, you've got this Knight of Swords directly, not doing anything rash or being too critical. And I feel like a happy result will come from that. Okay, 8th house. This is Scorpio energy. So this is a house of transformation. Okay, this is big, deep changes, the house of life and death and things like that. It also has to do with joint finances and other people's money. And we have Sirius with the King of Pentacles. So, okay, there's been a lot here about collaborations in terms of projects and work. We also have this Emperor energy in your house of personal finance. And the King of Pentacles, among his other associations, is somebody who is definitely the good businessman, somebody who has money, who's good with money, who either knows how to share or how to help others achieve financial success. So, again, when I see this with the Emperor across here, now King of Pentacles is earth energy rather than fire, but nonetheless, I do feel like there's a strong sense of, somebody who just seems like they know what they're doing, helping, getting things organized in a business or financial sense. And maybe it is a joint financial arrangement. Maybe it is monies that's coming either from family or from a business venture or from something else. But yeah, I'm seeing this energy here of collaboration with somebody, of working with somebody to achieve what it is that you need. Now with Sirius, when Sirius shows up in this house, there's a definite need to think outside the box. Sirius is a card of endurance, so it often shows up when somebody is going through some kind of physical endurance. So, something where somebody has to. Remember, I mentioned physical therapy down here. That could well be the case for somebody. But really, in the 8th house, I feel like Sirius is more about broader thinking. It's got Aquarian energy attached to it. So Aquarius is about future thinking, about what am I going to do about the future? Not just thinking about your future. What steps do I need to take? Sirius is somebody who's able to handle challenges as well as all the good stuff that comes along. But there seems to be this sense that you may need to look at a situation differently, and try to see something with an unbiased mind. Okay, that's what Sirius is. Like, look at all your possibilities. Don't follow old scripts and say, oh, I'd like to do this. Oh yeah, but I can't because of X and Y. Like, you try to look at something as though the sky's the limit. Okay, and ultimately you will be able to, as you dream big, then you'll be able to eventually pare things down to what's realistic. And it seems like you might have somebody to help you do that, especially from a potentially business or financial perspective. So I don't know, a lot of good possibilities here for you. If there's not a financial partnership in the offing, then this could even be you. So there's definitely a sense here, nonetheless, of thinking outside the box and thus being able to take control of things. Okay, 9th house is Sagittarius energy. So this is about expansion of your horizons. So thinking big, Jupiter energy, going back for more education, getting a new certification, anything that involves more education, educational institutions, deep thought, religious thought, spiritual thought, and also long distance travel. So we have Anubis with the Eight of Swords. So for some of you, you maybe you want to travel, but you've got this Eight of Swords. You've got something here that's got you stuck or holding you back. Now, if you're not planning to travel, and usually Anubis is a good travel omen in the ninth house for long distance travel. But if that's not if that's not the case, this could just be, again, the idea of being protected in a situation, handling a situation diplomatically, similar in a way to Sirius, in the sense that you might be moving through you're learning and expanding by moving through some kind of a difficult or challenging situation and learning how to negotiate it carefully. And again, that goes back to the Knight of Swords. Don't open your mouth too quickly and be too critical about something. There may be some situation where you feel stuck, where some kind of negotiation may be what's in order here, if not actual travel here. So Eight of Swords, yeah, there's definitely too much mental energy being applied to something. You're looking to expand your horizons, but ironically, the more you think about something, the more stuck you become. So Eight of Swords is about getting out of the mental trap, and that goes along nicely with what we see with Sirius over here. There's you may be very determined to act on something, but you may be just trying to loop around on the same track, and you may need to get off of it. Mentally. There's more than one way to do things, and I think the expansion that's called for here is to not overthink something and step back and let your emotions, your intuition, your imagination take over a little bit, and see if there's another way to solve the problem, and don't automatically shut down anything. Don't. It's very easy for us to think about, oh wow, there's this and this. I'd like to do. Maybe for some people it is about traveling. Oh, I would like to travel. Oh, but I can't because I'm never going to have enough money. Oh, I'm not going to meet this. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. That's the Eight of Swords energy here, and that's saying no. You need to throw all that away and look at things as if everything is possible. Okay. 10th house. This is Capricorn energy. Capricorn has to do with your career, fame, reputation, the father sometimes. Yeah, and it's interesting. You got fire with the Four of Cups. So there's some opportunity that you might be missing here. And I feel like it connects into this mental energy. Maybe even to this Knight of Swords. Like just thinking, kind of a knee-jerk reaction to something, saying like, there's an inspiration to do something. There's an inspiration to solve a problem or break, get rid of something that isn't working, or to get fired up to have the inspiration or energy to do something new. But you've got this Four of Cups, and I think it's saying this energy's here. I mean, I'm seeing the Ten of Cups down here. I'm seeing people here who are ready to help you. I'm seeing the Emperor, the King of Pentacles. I mean, there's all this support around you, and somehow you're not seeing it. Somehow you're not seeing this cup up here. The Page of Cups over here with his little cup with the fish in it. There's something here that you're not seeing. You're not looking at it. And I think that's why these last two houses are telling you really got to think outside the box. You've got to move beyond your horizons a little bit here, because there is some kind of an opportunity. I mean, you may not be satisfied with where you are, but don't keep looking at the same old thing. Look at the new thing that's being handed to you, okay? I think Four of Cups comes up a lot when we are potentially missing something that is right in front of us. 11th house is Aquarius energy. This has to do with your friendships, social networks, your goals, your wishes, things you want to manifest. Okay, Eight of Pentacles with Buckle of Isis. Very simple message here. The work you put into something is going to go somewhere. And again, with Eight of Pentacles, this is mentor energy. You've got Crook and Flail. You've got the Emperor. You've got Osiris. You've got all of these cards. King of Pentacles. I mean, there's this strong suggestion that you have skills and you just need to take the steps to apply them. It may involve giving something up. It may involve, maybe that's why we have this Four of Cups, where you're going, oh, I don't know, maybe I don't want to change or give this thing up. But it's saying, no, it's time to move on something. Again, think before you act with the Knight of Swords, but there's definitely the sense of working hard at something to manifest your wishes. And Buckle of Isis promises that whatever you're trying to manifest will be rewarded. Now, an Eight of Pentacles too. Now, in the friendship house, this could indicate Also could be, this could also have to do with a friend or collaborations on work with someone, which would make sense being what we see down in the 6th house here, which is not quite opposite. The 5th house is opposite this card. But either way, we're looking at new beginnings, new possibilities, you being able to get what you want, but put the work in. And in this house too, I feel like there's this sense of collaboration. That, you look around to see what the opportunities are, who's trying to help you, who will be able to help you, what are your options, okay? Because you most definitely have the skills and the ability. I mean, you've got all these cards of somebody who has what it takes, who's learned the lessons, who knows what to do. And finally, we have the 12th house, which is Pisces energy. So this is where your fears are, the things that maybe you're not acknowledging, the things that are unconscious or repressed. Okay, then we have Sphinx with the 8 of Wands. Okay, Sphinx is real, in this house particularly, there's like secrets being excavated here. So I feel like something in your unconscious, maybe some of the unease or the unwillingness to change, has to do with processes that are going on unconsciously. And with the 8 of Wands, there may be things that are happening very, very fast. You could be getting unconscious messages through dreams or through other channels that are coming at you very, very fast. And you may be reacting in this fashion, like, it may be too much and you want to say, no, I don't, you're kind of pushing back on it to some degree. So there's a lot of change that's happening, and I feel like it's going to reveal a lot of things that have been hidden or secret. In the 12th house, I think this is mainly about yourself. I mean, it is the house of hidden enemies, so sometimes it could be, if there has been somebody in your environment who doesn't have your best interests at heart, that you're going to see who that is. But really, I feel more like it's an old pattern. It could be a family pattern. It could be something connected to a trauma. It could be, there's a lot of possibilities here. But I feel like there's something that's being excavated here, and there's going to be very, very rapid change. And I think you're worried that this is also very more passive energy, and this is moving very, very fast. So you may be feeling like, I don't want to move too fast on something. Interestingly, because in the 1st house, it's showing you kind of ready to go. But I can tell you this, as somebody I happen to be an earth sign. But for me, if I feel like I have to hurry up on something, I can get this very Knight of Swords energy. I can get very snappish and very irritated with every obstacle that runs into in front of me. So yeah, sometimes we don't always react well to rapid change. But I feel like it's coming, and I feel like something that has been hidden is being excavated here. So yeah, take it as it resonates, and we'll see how that develops over future readings. Yeah, you got Urias overall. So Urias says to me, how do I put this? This is a card of things not being what they appear, expecting the unexpected. So I feel like the unexpected and unknowable is operating in your life right now. This card brings surprises. It also is a card of secrecy. So there may be things going on right now that you are keeping to yourself. But I feel like as an overall, we have it with the 2 cards that popped out, 9 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. Okay. And so 9 of Wands is someone who's drained and exhausted. They're at the end of something. They're tired of a particular cycle. You want to bring something to an end. But the 7 of Cups may indicate that, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. Remember, this is telling you, look at all possibilities. But you may feel overwhelmed by this. You may feel like, no, it's too much. I don't, all of it seems maybe illusory right now. Or what if I make the wrong choice? I feel like there's some energy of that here as things are changing and as opportunities are appearing. But Urias is saying things are not what they appear, and you may be in for some surprises. But Urias, in my experience and all the years I've used this deck, this brings good surprises. This means if you have a doom and gloom feeling about something, then this is saying something's not what it appears to be. You may be jumping the gun here mentally, just going back to our first card. And it may be saying, make sure you have all the facts here, because there may be some hidden information here that can change the dynamic of a situation. But yeah, you may be feeling this way right now. I'm going to use as our Oracle card for the week, and I don't think I actually kind of went over this. I was using the Spirit Within Tarot with the Cartouche deck. I usually mention that at the beginning. And our oracle deck for the week, just to pull to kind of pull this reading together, is the Black Moon astrology cards. So I'm going to draw one of these cards for you to kind of sum up what this reading. Oh, and oh wow, it's funny. The card is the Black Moon Lilith card. Okay, this is the card that we have here. So Black Moon Lilith, yeah, it's completely like Urias. It's saying something lurks, something's around the corner. Lilith, you have to remember, is a card of rebellion, okay? So this is about not doing things the same old way. It's about, getting tired of these old patterns, breaking things, doing something new. But it does suggest there's kind of something, yeah, you've got this Sphinx in the 12th house, which is about uncovering secrets. So I feel like there are secrets right now that are about to be uncovered, things that you have been waiting in the wings, and like they're there because you're sensitive to it, but you're waiting to see what's going to happen here and what's going to change. But from everything I'm seeing in this reading, yes, I know you're tired of certain things and you want to get control of certain things. And this is definitely indicating, it's definitely, if we look down here in the houses of creativity, potentially love for some of you, your work, it seems like you have command of a situation, you have a lot of control, you have a lot of possibility, but this Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, maybe you're not really seeing what it is right now. So yeah, so I would say as my piece of advice here is look to possibilities and opportunities and don't get overwhelmed by them. Just look at them as all possibilities and then decide which ones do you want to pursue. And then, and even if you hit a dead end, it doesn't matter. You're putting the work into seeing where you're going. And it does seem like you have people to help you, so don't discount the help of others. That's it for this week, Gemini. I hope this reading was helpful. I may start doing these readings bi-weekly instead of weekly, just so you know. So anyway, stay tuned. Hit the thumbs up if you liked this reading. Leave me a comment if you choose, and subscribe to the channel. That would be really helpful to me. And hit the bell notification, so if things do change, then you'll know what's going to be new and different with what we're doing here. That's it for this week. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.